the hottest of hottest hot takes, and they're all yours as well. Ahead of this amazing Ashes series, my name's Dan. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, like the video, all that great stuff, and let's get straight into it and see what you cricketing experts have to say about what I think is going to be the greatest Test series in modern history. We're going to start with Victor Trumper, and Victor Trumper says, after 2 years persevering with Shoaib Bashir's high release point for this very moment and sacrificing the strength of the side along the way, he won't bowl more than 40 overs in the entire series. That is spicy. It's a spicy start, Victor. Shoaib Bashir, geez, he cops a lot of flack, doesn't he? Turns up, bowls some offies and gets chewed out every day of the week. Not the greatest spinner England have ever produced, that would be fair to say. I don't think we've produced many. Is the bar that high for him to actually sneak through? So I don't know. Put together some notes. Let's put together some notes, find out what's going on. And when you compare him to some of the other people that have gone to Australia over the recent kind of years, Jack Leach, I mean, he got flogged last time he went. He picked up 6 wickets at an average of 53. Moeen Ali, he picked up 5 wickets at an average of 115. And even the great, and I mean the great Graham Swan, his 22 wickets came at 53. So not like any of them have gone there and dominated, is it? There's obviously that kind of unwritten rule and agreement between Australian batters just to see an English finger spinner and just decide to absolutely smoke them all over the place. In fact, I don't even think it's exclusive to finger spinners. I think a leg spinner or any kind of slow bowling would probably get the treatment down in Australia. It's just the way they play the game. That's it, isn't it? That is just the way they play. And whoever goes and does it, and in this instance, it's going to be Shoaib Bashir, is unfortunately for Shoaib up for a bit of a thankless task. Wouldn't it be amazing if he just completely upset everybody's kind of perceptions and he went and just absolutely dominated and stormed it? Don't think he will, but it would be great. E4U Talks says Ollie Pope will average double figures. We'd hope so. You genuinely would hope so. I mean, it would be a pretty shocking experience if he didn't. Last time he went to Australia and he didn't do very well, he still averaged 11. And that is double figures. I don't necessarily think that's the hottest of hot takes in the world. So let's move on. Of course, he even plays. He might not play. And then therefore he won't average double figures because Jacob Bethel plays. And that could be the end of this hot take completely. But yeah, mild. Rob Holmes, now here we go. This is a little bit more interesting. It says, I fear our bowling attack, while very fast, is far too fragile. I hope they don't, but I can see both Archer and Wood picking up injuries very early in this series, leaving us toothless and in for some very hot, long days in the field. Right, England fast bowlers, any fast bowlers in the world. Are you actually a proper fast bowler if you haven't been injured for a prolonged period of time at some point in your career? Probably not. The ones that we've picked though, they're on the frail side. They're a bit brittle. Mark Wood, well, there's that amazing clip, isn't there, from when he came out of surgery and he was all dosed up on morphine and painkillers and anaesthetic and he was singing whatever he was singing. It was absolutely brilliant.
I've had elbow surgery, but my shoulder's aching.
Jofra Archer, he seemed to have hurt every single part of his body, even when just moving a fish tank in his flat at home. So he has a bit of history. Bryden Cast, there was that famous article not that long ago where he, of course, was quoted saying, I thought about chopping my toe off. It was that bad. Gus Atkinson missed a lot of cricket this summer because of a hamstring injury. So yeah, we got 5 tests. It's hard work going to Australia. They need to be resilient. And I think Rob's worries are pretty well founded, to be fair to Rob, because the history points towards the fact that these guys that we've picked aren't actually going to make it through. The England Lions are there, of course, so there is more cricketers available. I know they're playing a warm-up game against them, so that should give a little bit of an insight with regards to their quality in those conditions and against that opposition. So there is a bit of backup, but I do agree with you. If Wood, Archer go down, then our attack starts to look very much right arm, fast medium, instead of right arm fast, which is what we've all wanted, what we've all got excited about. Next up from Cricket Batter. What's Cricket Batter got to say? Cricket Batter says Archer and Wood will dominate Khawaja like Bumrah did last summer, and Smith, Head, Brook and Root will all make 2 centuries at least. I didn't actually watch the Border Gavaskar Trophy, so I don't really know what he's talking about with regards to how well Bumrah bowled against Usman Khawaja at the top of the order with the new ball, but Jasprit Bumrah is just a better bowler than both Mark Wood and Jofra Archer. No doubt about that whatsoever in my mind. That's just science, isn't it? Is it science? Sure, let's call it science. It's not, but we'll go for it. Can I see them dominating Usman Khawaja? Do you know what there is? There's like an Ashes tax when it comes to these statistics for these Australian batters. They just find a way. You think they're absolutely down and out of it. They're on the back end of their career. They're kind of going backwards. They're getting older. And they'll just find some nuggety little 100 somewhere and you'll think, for goodness sake, why didn't you just retire 6 months ago? And it'll just ruin all of the fun for it. He is getting older. I think he's 38 now. I think he's 38. He could be one of these cricketers that's in line for a retirement at the end of the series. Let's be completely honest about it. Anyway, so there's my thoughts on that one. He's not looked as good as what he has done of late, Usman Khawaja. Are they going to dominate? I don't think so. In terms of the hundreds, what was it? Smith and Head, yeah, they'll probably score 200. Smith does. He did death and taxes, isn't it? Steve Smith scoring hundreds against England. Travis Head's very good. At home, you'd think he probably will have a great series. Joe Root, yes, he's never got one. Harry Brooks never played there. They're both absolute quality. I don't know whether they'll get 2 each. I think they'll get 1 each for sure, but I don't know whether they'll get 2 each. Sam Proudfoot. Now this is large, this one. It says, Matt Pryor won't make the Ashes. Well, I mean, he's 43, so that's pretty much the end of that, isn't it? Yeah, I think they'll probably stick with Jamie Smith. Frozen yogurt. Yogurt? Don't know. Quite like frozen yogurt. Anyway, they have come in and said that Australia's top order will completely fail, and they've even gone on to say that England will win the series 3-1. Will it completely fail? Like, fail's a big word, isn't it? Do they even know what it is? Do they even know what their top order is yet? They're 1, 2 and 3. I can't be bothered to talk about Steve Smith. He's a middle order batter now in number 4. That's fine. It's done. We'll move on. That's the first question they need to figure out. Does Marnus open? He's been in amazing form. Of course he has. But it didn't work for him at the top of the order. It would be silly. It would be reckless for Australia to go and stick him up top with Usman Khawaja. Oh, well, he scored some runs in the Sheffield Shield, so therefore he can go and do... It's a different game, lads. It's just a different game. And he found that out when he was asked to kind of fill in and make the team and the squad work for others to make sure they could get in there. So it didn't work. Usman Khawaja, we've just spoken about. He's an older statesman. He's very experienced, but as we all know, as we get a little bit older, everything starts to slow down a touch. Can he react as well? Does he have the same level of mental strength and fitness as what he did 5 years ago? Who knows? Time will tell. Jake Weatherald has never played a test match before. He scored, let me check. Let me check what he's done. Oh yeah, that's it. He's 31 years old, sorry. He averages 37.5 in first class cricket and he scored 13 first class hundreds. It's good. I mean, they don't give first class hundreds away, but it's hardly looking at those numbers going, oh my word, this guy's dominated in his 31 years of cricket that he's played. Yeah, good, 37.5. Does that translate to test cricket? How much do you lose for that? I don't know, but I think he should open the batting because I think they need a proper opener. And then for me, it would be Marnus at 3. If Marnus scoring runs at 3 and he's happy at 3 and he has done in the past, just leave him where he is. Just don't upset him. Just leave him. He's like a little gremlin. Don't give him water. Don't get him wet or anything like that. Leave him at 3. Just let him do what he does best, and he will, I'm certain, reward those selectors for showing faith in him and giving him the opportunity back in the test team. Edmin's hot take says that Joe Root will average 75 in the Ashes. 75? I mean, I'd love to see it, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you love to see it? Well, if he does average 75, then he's definitely scored his first 100 in Australia. So there's that box ticked off straight away. Fantastic. And the other thing, if he averages 75, it's going to be incredibly hard for England to lose that Ashes series. The last time anybody from England averaged more than 75 in an Ashes series in Australia was 2010-2011, when Alistair Cooks averaged, I think, 127 during the course of that series. And of course, England went on to win the series as well. If Joe Root goes and does that, England are in a very, very good spot. Will he do it? He's averaged highly over the last few years. He has. I'm sure he must have averaged over 75 in a series against somebody along the way. You don't score that many hundreds and score that many runs without being able to do so. Does he do it against Australia? Probably not. Not the easiest place to go. The pitches. This is the other thing as well with these pitches that the Australians are going to serve up, and they've got absolutely every right to. With the way that England have gone about and played their Bazball way, and they like their flat decks and like whacking people through the leg side, Australians, they're just not going to give England that, are they? I genuinely think we're in for a little fast bowler shootout during the course of the Ashes. They don't want to watch England bat for a day and a half and score 827 for 3 declared, do they? Back on the Travis Head and Steve Smith conversation, this time from Flash Edits, who says that either one of them will be the player of the series. Yeah, safe bet, safe bet. It's a bit of a mild sauce, that, from Nando's, isn't it? That's not spicy at all. Steve Smith, what's he got, 1,200s against England out of his 36 or 37 Test hundreds? So that's probably going to happen. He's probably going to score a load of runs as well. He's obviously back as captain for that first Test match, maybe the second, depending on what happens with Pat Cummins. We're yet to know. Then what happens after that? Travis Head. Well, I've spoken a lot about Travis Head in the build-up to the Ashes with regards to him being Australia's version of the Bazballer. He goes and strikes at like 80 or 75, scores hundreds, just dominates people. And this is the matchup that we spoke about earlier with regards to Shoaib Bashir. If Bashir's trying to hold an end up in those middle overs when the ball's getting older and Travis Head's in the middle, that's just bloody terrifying, isn't it, from an England cricket fan's perspective? He'll do well, of course he will. Will they get man of the series? It's a great chance, but if I go back to what I said, the previous one with regards to the pitches, I don't think they're going to be that batter friendly. I'd be looking at someone like a Josh Hazlewood or a Gus Atkinson or a Bryden Carse or a Mitch Stark to be that man of the series, because they're going to take poles. Morgan Beer, hey, whatever you've been taking for your daily vitamins, Morgan Beer, I think I need some. Because they've come out and said that England are going to win 5-0 this Ashes series. Now that's too hot to handle, that one. I don't even know if I'm qualified to do so. All I'll say is that they probably won't. There's a great chance that they won't. I did have a look through, actually, and England have never won 5-0 in Australia, ever. I scrolled all the way back through to the beginning of time in the Ashes series archives to find out the actual overall scores for the England tours all the way back into the 1800s. And it's never happened. That's not to say that it won't or couldn't ever. Records are there to be broken, of course they are, but 5-0, really, for this England team with the way that they play against a really strong Australia side as well. Let's not discredit the Australians. They're a very, very good cricket team. The best result I could find, and this is way back, and it was in 1978-79 when they played 6 Test matches between England and Australia in the Ashes in Australia, and England won 5-1. The statistics don't really make a lot of sense, because when you look at it, it was David Gower was the leading run scorer in the series, and he only averaged 42. And then Rodney Hogg, who's just come out lately and called Joe Root absolutely useless, took, how many wickets did he take? 42 wickets at 12s, and yet Australia lost 5 of the 6 Test matches. So I couldn't quite work out how I've read that. Maybe it's jet lagged here in Sharjah that's got it wrong for me. But apparently that happened in the 70s. I wasn't alive. If anybody was and wants to fact check it, that would probably be quite helpful. But there we go. I don't think they'll win 5-0. Back on Australia's top order again, and we've got a claim here to say that it's better than England's. Again, it's the top 3. So in my opinion, the way they'll line up is Khawaja, Weatherald, Labuschagne against Duckett, Crawley and Pope. If Pope plays. He should play, in my opinion. I really like Jacob Bethel, but he can't, surely. Surely he can't. Can he? No, definitely not. Duckett, brilliant. Best opener in world cricket right now. Just nailed on. He's better than what the Australians have got available. So that's done. That's 1 for England. Crawley. Well, I don't know. I can't say anything about Jake Weatherall because I've never seen him play. Don't know anything about him. Wouldn't be able to comment, and it wouldn't be fair. And maybe towards the end of the series, after 5 Test matches, if he's had 5 Test matches, of course, because Australia are pretty ruthless with their openers, aren't they? When you think about kind of poor old Marcus Harris and Sam Constas and who else has been up there? Cam Bancroft and I've already said Marcus Harris. I think I probably have. Matt Renshaw. They get about a couple of Test matches, and then if they haven't scored 3,000 runs, they just get booted out the side and never ever get seen again. They're sent to exile up in the Northern Territories and just left to fight saltwater crocodiles all day. Anyway, back on conditions. And then Labuschagne against Pope. It'll be Labuschagne for sure. Of course it will. Khawaja over Crawley, probably. So yes, let's go it that way around. Let's call it 2-1 Australia for the top order. Why not? We'll give them something. There and Ben again. Great name. They've come in and they've started to slag off Joe Root. Maybe this is Rodney Hogg's alternate account on YouTube. They've said that Joe Root won't score a century and Crawley will score more runs than him. That being said, England will win 3 tests and the urn. Pick the bones out of that one. If Joe Root doesn't score 100 and England win, impossible, because if Ben Duckett scores a load and Crawley, as we've just mentioned, and then Ollie Pope and Harry Brook and Ben Stokes, and maybe our bowlers just bowl better than the seamers for Australia, it could still happen. It could still happen. I could get into that. I could buy that, and that could actually work. I don't think he's going to score less runs than Zak Crawley. No, I don't think that at all. England winning the series, I really want to just say yes, but I can't get onto it at the minute. I genuinely can't get anything away from this just being a 2-2 draw. Like some really, really great test matches, but I can't see England winning 3 test matches. There you go, I said it, fine. And the last one, what have we got? We are going on to one from Thomas. He says that Joe Root crumbles under pressure. He's never had a series close to Smith's. Well, he's never had an Ashes series close to Smith's, which I suppose is probably what's being referenced to. Will Joe Root crumble? No. I don't think he's ever crumbled in Australia. This is the thing that's starting, not to irritate me because it's not that deep, but just winds me up a little bit. It's not like he can't bat in Australia, and this seems to be conveniently forgotten by so many people. He scored 9 50s, and yes, fine, he's not scored 100. He's got a high score of 89. Clearly those ones over 50, they weren't 50 and out the other 8 times. He's gone past that number and then just not been able to get on with it. Has it been because the new ball's been taken at the wrong or the right time, or the twilight time at Adelaide has then kind of done something crazy to it? Or is it because we've been running out of batters and he's had to do something different? Like, I haven't gone through and checked the context of those 9 innings, and maybe I should in order to kind of pad this video out. I just don't see him crumbling. He's not that bloke. He's not that kind of guy. He might not score 100, genuinely it, but he ain't going to crumble about it. Anyway, enjoy the Ashes. I've enjoyed that. See you later.